Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? I've been ordering guitars online for almost a year now, and I've been blessed because the guitars that I've ordered, or most of the guitars that I ordered from Toman, arrive well set up and easy to play, at that affordable price, Earlier this year, I went down to a shop and picked up this made in Japan Stratocaster, a Fender made in Japan Stratocaster. I just sat down there for about a couple of minutes, about 20 minutes, half an hour. And the guitar immediately spoke to me, and of course I picked up the guitar. You might well know the white Fender Stratocaster. It kind of made me think about back in the days when I used to go down to music stores and spend like hours there and trying out guitars, and sometimes some of the guitars are, they kind of like entice me, and so I would just pick them up and spend my hard-earned money. But these are tools of the trade, So this music store in Singapore called City Music, it's a dangerous place to be for me. Ever since I found out that they carry G&L guitars. As you might know, in an earlier video, I actually bought a S500 made in Fullerton, that Stratocaster, the G&L Stratocaster. I actually sat down there for about, half an hour playing the guitar, and it just immediately spoke to me, and so I bought it. While I was down there yesterday or the day before, and picked up a G&L tribute ASAT Classic Bluesboy. It's a mouthful, but I didn't have any how should we call it, inkling to try out a tribute model, because the fact that it's made in Indonesia, and you kind of straight away compare it to the US made. So what happened was I saw the guitar and I just picked it up because I just wanted to try how it sounded. I just want to try how it felt. And this is the guitar. This is a semi-solid. It's got two sound chambers, and it's an F with an F hole. This is the G&L ASAT Classic Bluesboy. This guitar features 22 frets, medium jumbo, nickel medium jumbo. Now the interesting thing about this guitar is that it has a humbucker, you know, and a traditional well, single coil, but these are not your usual single coil. This is the MFD, the magnetic field design by Leo Fender, the same ones that is on my S500. This, on the other hand, is a custom designed Anico humbucker. You know, there are a couple of models from Fullerton which features the set lever, you know, from Seymour Duncan's, but these are the G&L design Anico humbuckers. Standard part, you know, standard three-way switch. Of course, the famous brass saddles, the individual brass saddle, which I love so much, which I highlighted on the previous video where I featured the G&L Telecaster, the ASAT, the blue one. Yeah, so this is so cool. The fact that this is made in Indonesia, and this was actually made in July last year, you know, I'm just like kind of blown away by the quality, the make of this guitar. You know, it's so well made, you know, and I couldn't find any flaw in it. The pickups are from the States, and these are from the States. The rest of the hardware, I'm not so sure. You know, these are your standard tuners. They're non-locking. I have a string tree lying around, so I fixed it on here. It came in with your traditional V, the butterfly type of string tree. Now the nut, I'm not so sure. It looks, I think it's a new bone. You know, I could be wrong. You know, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section down below. It could be a new bone. You know, and then again, it could be plastic. But it's okay. It plays well, stays in tune. Now, the pickup configuration of this guitar takes a bit of getting used to. The humbuckers? Well, the humbucker is a bit more darker than a normal humbucker. Say, for example, a Pearly Gates from Seymour Duncan. It kind of roll off the high ends just a little bit, just a touch. Does not mean that it's not articulate, that it's not precise. The notes are clear. It's really nice. A whole lot of body, a lot of bass response. Now, the problem with this is that when I first played this guitar, it took me a while to get used to this change from a humbucker, which is dark sounding, to a kind of bright MFD bridge pickup. Now, the MFD are kind of bright in nature, but they're not jarringly harsh. They're really nice with a nice top end. And if you compare the bridge pickup to the neck pickup, there's a whole lot of difference. But with the middle position, you have the best of both worlds. And this middle position is so usable that that's one of the selling points of this guitar. That's what made me like the sound of this guitar so much. And the humbucker, the neck humbucker is so usable too, because it has that mellow sound which you can use for many applications. You could play rhythm on it, you can play nice fills, volume swells. And then you have the middle pickup, which has a combination of both worlds, where if you want a passage that is more articulate, that comes out a little bit more in the mix, you can use the middle position. And the last pickup, the MFD and the bridge, it's nice. It has that well, not exactly like a tally twang, but it's close. And it's a little bit of modern take on the tally twang, but it cuts through the mix too, and it doesn't lose the low ends. It still has the low ends and a nice mid with a nice highs that the MFDs are famous for. So all in all, a wonderful combination. Like I said, it takes a bit of getting used to. So your amp setting and everything, you have to kind of adjust it for this guitar. Now the fact that I'm using the Helix, that takes out a whole lot of inconvenience in that aspect, because I can actually set a series of patches just for this guitar, and it works pretty well. So like I mentioned in the start of the video, there's nothing like going to your store, sit yourself down, and picking up a guitar that you fancy. It could be for cosmetic reason, it could be because it looks really good and you just want to pick it up and play. But the fact that you are able to pick this guitar up and play, and then plug it to an amp at the store and hear how it sounds, like how it responds, that is something that I miss, when I'm shopping online. And I guess music store still has its place in this world, because I think there's nothing, nothing can beat the fact that you are actually sitting down and playing guitar and liking how it feels, and maybe bringing this guitar home. The fact on the matter is that this guitar sustains. It does sustain so well, and even acoustically, without being plugged in, it sounds so full and with a nice sustain, just acoustically, just by it. And when you plug it into an amp, it translates through the guitar, to the jack, to the amp, and nice sustain, and that's what made me fall in love with this guitar. I bought this guitar in the end. I was thinking of reviewing this guitar, but after playing it, I decided I must have this guitar, so it's mine again. My wife is gonna kill me. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and press the bell if you want to be notified of future videos that comes out. In the meantime, you guys take care, because I'll try to come up with some more videos in the future, because I'm still tied up with work. So take care. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.